Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it's Jesse with the Common Nerd, bringing you pop culture and all things through a common sense lens. And you know, there's a reason why we report on the rumor mill, especially when it's rumors from people that we have trusted and they've been reliable sources in the past. There's like Cosmic Book News, and there's a WW Pro, WDW Pro, WW Pro. He's going to be a wrestler next week. Anyway, but there's a lot of the guys that have very consistent track records that we like to actually be able to repeat and talk about their stuff because more often than not, they turn out to be right. And it's always nice to kind of be ahead of the curve, especially if you're somebody out there that's very interested in this kind of stuff and you're hopeful for a lot of characters and some of your fan favorites to actually end up coming back. Well, one of those rumors that we reported on a few months back was that Krysten Ritter was in talks to return as Jessica Jones in the Daredevil series. And obviously she posted a picture on Instagram showing her in her Jessica Jones comic book shirt with her black leather jacket on, really embodying the character with the nice black hair all over again. And it's one of them situations where this ran a lot of fan speculation out there going, is she going to return? Is she coming back? And of course, she was very coy about it just because we know how locked down Marvel likes to keep these kind of things. Well, boys and girls, we've officially got the rumor confirmed because Jessica Jones is indeed returning to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it's gonna be in Daredevil. And ladies and gentlemen, I for one cannot wait. I loved the Jessica Jones series. I think Krysten Ritter is an incredible actress. I think she does a really good job. She's absolutely beautiful. And it's one of the things where I absolutely enjoyed it. I know a lot of people were like, they really didn't like the second season so much. I enjoyed it. I love her character. She's very relatable, and she's just a lot of fun to get behind and really kind of root for, being one of those kind of down in the dumps character who's just trying to lift herself up. And honestly, I really enjoyed her character. I liked that a lot, so I'm super excited to see her return. And obviously, a lot of people were very hopeful that she would return in Daredevil Born Again Season 1, aka Daredevil Season 4, but one of those situations where that just simply didn't happen, especially with all the stuff going on with the strikes over the summer. And then, of course, all of the massive amounts of reshoots they had to do to make Daredevil Born Again Season 1 even slightly watchable. So, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to check out this article from our dear sweet therap.com, give you all of the juicy details of her return and the statement she has put out about the whole situation and how excited she is to come back. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we just crossed 1900. We are sailing towards 2K once again, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below. Did you enjoy Jessica Jones over there on Netflix? Are you excited to see Krysten Ritter return to the role? Or are you one of those people who was like, the first season was great, second season was just all right, but let's see what they're going to do with her in the future? Or do you think this is a horrible idea and they're going to completely and totally ruin her character because, well, it's Disney Marvel? Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. If you'd like to support the channel, please check out the links in the description as well. Think about becoming a member where you'll get access to a bunch of cool emojis for our live streams, access to member streams where you can hang out with us, and then, of course, get your name at the end credits of every single one of our videos and the live stream. So please consider thinking about checking that link out down below. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, from therap.com, Krysten Ritter to return as Jessica Jones in Daredevil Born Again Season 2. The actress played the character for 4 seasons over on Netflix, and obviously you got the Defenders over there too, where she was obviously a huge player in that, which was a lot of fun as well. I loved seeing those characters all come together. I know there's some questions about quality, but you know what? I'm just your humble common nerd. I'm not hard to please. I'm really not, which is when you see me angry about things that some of these companies do, understand, I liked Black Adam. Okay? Like, I'm not hard to please. I'm really not. Okay? I'm really not. All right. This is from Andy Ortiz. And then, of course, Krysten Ritter is Jessica Jones. It's official. Jessica Jones is coming to the MCU. After actress Krysten Ritter admitted that she's cautiously optimistic, my favorite phrase, about returning to the characters during a recent interview, the news was confirmed on Tuesday afternoon at Disney's upfront presentation. This is why we missed it yesterday, at the time of this recording anyway. Jones will appear in Season 2 of Daredevil Born Again alongside her fellow Netflix alum Charlie Cox, marking her first appearance in the MCU proper anyway. Ritter played the character for 3 seasons on her own show over on Netflix, plus 1 season of The Defenders, earning both critical and fan acclaim. And that's the thing, a lot of us really enjoyed it. Like I said, I loved all of it the entire time. I loved her character, I had a great time with the stories, and obviously seeing her come together with everybody else in The Defenders was an absolute blast. I mean, that's one of those shows that you binge watch because you enjoyed it and you couldn't wait for the next episode. Like, it was a lot of really great stuff. And like, it's one of those things that's what frustrated me so much about Daredevil Born Again season 1 because I had so much hope for it, right? Because we'd heard all these rumors, we'd heard all this stuff, and it all turned out to end up being true, right? Once again, why we listened to the rumor mill, because they fired all the people that were originally part of the whole thing and everything else. They brought in a whole new team. They tried to rewrite as much of the script as they could, but the problem was there was so much of it already shot, right? They actually had and it turned out we were right, especially by watching what we'd heard. We'd heard initially it was only 3 episodes, and then we heard it was 6 episodes, and after watching the show, it was obviously they kept a lot of those first 6 episodes, and you could really tell as the quality was kind of up and down in the beginning of those first 6 episodes, but then the last 3, for the most part, finished pretty decent. But it's one of them situations where I'm a lot more hopeful for these guys' second season going forward, because now it's these new guys that are in charge of things. Charlie Cox is a lot happier with the direction things are going now. We've got a lot more fight scenes. The idea is to have Daredevil in his costume a lot more, having a lot more of the action, more of those ground level fights. And of course, Jessica Jones is a perfect fit for that kind of thing. That's what she is. She's a street level hero. You're not going to see her going out there and taking on Thanos, but she can take a hell of a punch and give one back pretty well at the same time. So it's one of them situations where she's perfect for the Daredevil universe, and considering these new guys in charge, now that they're essentially getting to start fresh with their own second season and potentially bring back Foggy Nelson as well, it's one of them situations where I'm a lot more hopeful for this going forward. So hopefully this ends up going well. Hopefully they don't disappoint us. Hopefully the edict from Kevin Feige, make it like Netflix. Hopefully those guys are actually paying attention to that and watching the first seasons of those Netflix shows, seeing what really worked and trying to emulate that as best as they possibly can. Am I saying it's going to be fabulous, wonderful, and everything that we've ever wanted? No, not really. But just like Daredevil Born Again was probably the best thing we've gotten out of the MCU as far as the television stuff's concerned for a long time, not really saying a whole lot, but hopefully it'll end up being a lot better in the second season. If the second season can actually be great instead of just okay to good, you might actually bring some of your fan base back in. And bringing Jessica Jones, bringing Krysten Ritter back is definitely a step in the right direction. So I'm really, really glad to see it happen. It's unclear how many episodes Ritter will appear in, but Cox did announce her as a member of the cast. It's so great to be back, returning to Jessica after 3 seasons and The Defenders, and now joining the MCU, Ritter said at the presentation. I'm so excited to bring back this iconic character, and without giving too much away, there's much in store for Jessica Jones. This is going to be an incredible season, and I love that. And it's one of them situations where, too, we know that Disney Marvel's only going to be doing about 2 television shows a year now, right? Basically 2 movies, 2 television shows, and then maybe one big, and a couple, maybe 1 or 2 animated shows. They're really limiting down their release schedule now, which is probably a good thing. One, they have to do it financially because they're broke, because they've lost billions of dollars at the box office. They've lost billions of dollars on their streaming service because none of this stuff has made a profit. None of this has brought in new fans or anything like that. I mean, Daredevil Born Again is not Daredevil Born Again, Deadpool and Wolverine is the only bright spot in the entire MCU. It's the only thing that has made any money for this company over the last 3 to 4 years as far as their Marvel projects are concerned. So they've had to drastically cut down. The good part about that is we'll be getting less things like Ironheart and hopefully more things like Daredevil Born Again and going forward in a much better way. I'd love to see Jessica Jones revive her own season, give her a good villain that she can actually play off properly, and you can run that for another 3 seasons just like you did over there on Netflix. And that's what you need on the Disney Plus, on the streaming service. You need street level characters. You don't need to be bringing in your big time names to put them in these things that are going to end up having consequences for the movies for a bunch of stuff that people never watched. You want street level characters, and Jessica Jones and Daredevil are perfect fits for that. I'd love to see Luke Cage come back. Same thing. Give him a good villain he can actually play off, a good big bad, and it could be a wonderful time. As far as Iron Fist, I don't know what you're going to do about that guy. Maybe it's best just to leave him in Netflix. But needless to say, Jessica Jones coming back, that's a great idea. Ritter first prompted speculation of her return with remember what we talked about at the beginning? The Instagram post in April, in which she posted a photo of Cox reading her new book, Retreat. The 2 actors hanging out, that's not the one I was thinking. I was thinking of the one where she was in the t-shirt. This is a completely different one. The 2 actors hanging out naturally had fans hoping pretty hard, especially considering season 1 finale of Born Again. Because obviously, if you actually watch the show and finish it all the way to the end, you'll know that essentially Charlie Cox's Daredevil is hey, we were about to have to take down Kingpin. Kingpin. Kingpin literally has the entire police force essentially on his own side. He's got his own essentially like little secret Gestapo section of the police force out there. They're all like essentially a bunch of bad cops out there that are trying to be mean bad guys out there and trying to take out vigilantes and supposedly trying to clean up the streets when actually they're just the enforcement arm for Kingpin and what he wants to do. And so literally, like, if you go and watch the series, at the end of it, Charlie Cox's Daredevil, our dear sweet Karen Page comes back, right? She's the one that called Punisher. Spoiler alert, in case you didn't see the end of Daredevil Born Again. But so Karen Page returns, and they all walk into his old, like Josie's old bar, and Josie's there and everything else, and they're like a whole bunch of people are in the bar, and you can't really see who all of them are, but imagine of them are probably like a lot of good, clean cops and stuff like that. And and then he literally goes, hey, we're gonna need an army in order to take down Fisk. So obviously Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, they would be great additions. We already know that Jessica Jones and Luke Cage have a relationship with each other, so that would be fun, but we'll end up seeing what happens. So many originally expected Jessica Jones to show up there, as Daredevil ominously revealed that he's going to need an army to take down Mayor Fisk. Now it seems Jessica Jones may just be part of that attack plan after all, and I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see her come back. I'm excited to see the actress get more work. She's never been one of those that's ever said anything dumb in the media. She's always been really lovable to fans. She's always been very good to us. She's always shown a love and a respect for the character she's representing. And at the end of the day, what more can Marvel fans really ask for out of any actor or actress when it comes to this stuff? Love your character, love the source material, and try to give the fans the best representation you possibly can on the screen for what they already know and love. And Krysten Ritter has done an incredible job of that. So I am glad to see her coming back. I'm glad to see her getting her first entrance into the MCU proper. And honestly, this just makes me even more excited for Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Yes, I am cautiously optimistic as always about everything, especially after the pretty much kind of disappointment that Daredevil Born Again Season 1 is. But I'm willing to give these guys, these ones that are currently in charge now, a fresh shake and a fresh start, because Season 2 will be their own take on things. It will be them going forward with their own vision and the new marching orders from Kevin Feige. No more diversity, inclusion, and equity nonsense. Let's get back to good storytelling. Let's get back to making it like Netflix, sticking to the source material, giving us characters that we know and understand and that can relate to and respect, and that aren't just aren't being shoved down our throats simply for an agenda-driven purpose, right? We saw that happen. The cringe moment in Daredevil Born Again Season 1 that made literally my co-host Sunker Maiden absolutely hate a character that she had loved pretty much since the beginning of the season that I didn't like, and guess what? They gave her this cringe line about Daredevil didn't save me, I saved myself, and it was just like, and you could tell this was stuff left over from the past regime, right? The people that have been in charge of this stuff before. So hopefully with Daredevil Born Again Season 2, i.e. Daredevil Season 5, hopefully these guys with a fresh start and a clean slate will be able to give the fans and the audiences a whole season of some of the glimpses of the really good Daredevil that we all know and love and want to see represented properly on the screen. And having Jessica Jones as part of that, I think will end up adding even more wonder and more fun to the series, and I cannot wait to see what happens. So welcome back, Krysten Ritter, aka Jessica Jones. We're glad to see you, and I cannot wait to see what you pull off in Daredevil Born Again Season 2. After all, Marvel, you get what you deserve, so don't screw it up.